It's 8:01, so you can go ahead and get started when you're ready, and if people are still hopping on, that's fine.
Okay. So I'm excited to talk to y'all tonight about some time management. I really don't feel like I do much different than everyone else, but somehow I managed to get it all done. I am a little bit of background. I'm a full-time teacher. I teach 6th grade social studies. I'm a mom, a wife, and I own an online boutique. Right now we are kind of taking a little break from it. My business partner was not really feeling it for right now, so we are doing a little break on that. So it's given me actually even more time for my Beachbody business, which is great. I just kind of thought back to what it takes to, and I try to think about Beachbody as a small business. I know building a small business takes a lot of time, a lot of sacrifice. So I try, when I'm thinking about, oh my gosh, I'm spending so much time, I try to think about it as an actual business, which it is. Any other small business owner started from the bottom. They had to work their way up. Same thing that we have to do as coaches. One of the things that I like to really do is prioritize. And I always like to start my morning out with 3 things. I usually work out. I get up before everyone else. I know some people are not morning people. And if you're not a morning person, that's okay. But I strongly advise, if you can, to wake up before everyone else. There's just something about being up before everyone that gives your mind time really to think, get what you need to get done before the day gets crazy. So it's also a lot more quiet in the morning, so you can really think and get what you need to get done quicker. I normally get up around 4:30, 5 o'clock usually. So I get up, first thing I do is I work out. And I was looking through some other tips and stuff from other coaches today while I was planning, and I saw a good thing that I want to start implementing is one of the coaches said that she always videos the first 4 to 5 minutes of her workout, or anytime 4 to 5 minutes of her workout. And then she always takes a selfie either before or after her workout. So then that gives her one post for the day at least. She can start out her morning either with a video or with a picture. So I thought that was good. At least then when you're getting up, you are getting a post in by showing that you are up working out. After I work out, I like to kind of sit down and work on goals for the day. I usually try to plan out all my posts on Sunday, ideally, but sometimes that doesn't happen. So you can work on your posts for the day as well. Challenge group, check in with your challengers in the morning, first thing, put your daily check-in at around 5:36. Then I like to get some professional development, usually only 10 minutes here or there. And you can either listen to this or read a book. I'm weird about time. I have certain times that stuff has to be done. So by 6:20, if I'm not in the bathroom getting dressed for work, then I'm going to be late. So I look at the clock. Okay, 6:20, I've got to go, got to get dressed. So I set those little goals. I'm like, okay, by 6 o'clock, got to be in the shower, got to be getting dressed. Another way that I do cut down on time in the morning for breakfast is my shake in the car. I'll have it ready before Tally wakes up, jump in the car and drink it on the way to work. So if you're a lunch shake person, or if you're looking for a way to cut out some minutes in the morning, that does help. I also have I'm actually trying to stop this. Facebook scrolling is a big time waster. And I know several of the different calls we've talked about is that just scrolling through Facebook can be a big time waster. So I feel like that is one thing I'm going to work on is to stop the scrolling. And I know Kate was talking, or the Flynn sisters were talking about the kill the news speed option. I haven't done that yet. I probably need to. But then again, you also want to make sure that you are, connecting with other people. So at some point, you maybe need to set okay, I'm going to scroll for 10 minutes, or I'm going to scroll for, a certain amount of time. So you are interacting with others, but you're not sitting there for hours just scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. Because I know it can get that way. You get on one person's page and then you're on the next person, and then you're like, oh my God, I've been here for an hour and a half scrolling. So that is one thing I've tried to cut out. Also, as I'm out running errands or even just spending time at home, if I come across an idea that I want to post, I will just jot it down in my notes section on my phone, then later go on and be able to elaborate on it from there. So you're not really taking away time when it is family time. You're just going to jot it down quickly and then go back to it later. So in the morning, I work out, do all posts for the day if I haven't done it already, professional development and shape. I don't have a morning break from work. I teach from 8 o'clock till about 12:20 straight, so I don't have my conference isn't until the afternoon. So my lunch break is my first time to actually have a break. At lunch, I eat in my room / inhale is what I put, because as teachers, we literally inhale our lunch. There's not much chewing involved. So I usually have my lunch pretty quick. I'll message and follow up with anyone that maybe had messaged me in the morning while I was teaching. I also feel like in that time and during lunchtime, I know people are on lunch break as well. I feel like making a post asking a question or like a recommendation post is a good time to do that. I feel like I get more feedback then. People have maybe more time when they're not at home, busy, cooking dinner with their kids and stuff. They do have time to kind of sit down and look at those types of posts. So I do feel like I get some good interaction with that. I also like to check my online office then just to make sure everything looks good. Also, if you are working during lunch, you can take a quick picture of your lunch, and there's a quick post too. Share what you're eating for lunch. My lunches are normally very simple at work because I have to pack it before. So it's not anything usually elaborate, usually a salad or something quick. Let's see. In the afternoon, we usually get home 4:30 most of the time. I like to keep for my PM post, I like to keep a bank of photos. So over the weekend, just snap as many pictures as you can. Snap when you have more time to cook, when you have, when you're out and about with your kids or with your family or anybody, just take pictures. Then you kind of get a portfolio of them. So then you can use them throughout the week instead of having to work, oh my gosh, I need to take a picture of this meal and this meal and this meal. I feel like that takes some stress off of me and some time out of my week, that if I do these things on the weekend when I have more time, then during the week I have more time with my family. One thing I still am struggling with, and if anybody has a tip, establishing business hours. I have a hard time. I get sucked in, I get going on something and I don't want to stop, which is not a bad thing, but it also, I feel like sometimes I can't say I'm playing with Tylee, my phone goes off. I feel like I have to get right back to that person. When in reality, I know they understand I'm a mom, I'm busy, that I can get back to them at a later time. I have decided that if I just send them a quick message, and I learned this from another video I watched, they said just send a quick message. Hey, I'm hanging out with my daughter right now. I will send you a message back tonight when she's in bed. Just a quick, take you 2 seconds to do, instead of sitting there, really carrying on. You want to carry on a good conversation with them, but you don't want to, take out of your family time as well. So establish the business hours. I also found this today, and I'm sure we've probably talked about it before, the business activity tracker page, and I'll post a link in the page too. It just has, kind of a way every day to keep you focused on what to do. It shows in here, be proof the product works, personal development, stay connected, social media, and it just has like where you can check off as you go throughout the day what you have finished, and then has at the bottom like a follow-up list of people, and then your weekly achievement summary. So this would be a Thursday through a Wednesday, and then you would start over again for the next week. So you would have 4 a month. So I found that, and I was kind of been using that here and there. I also just use a planner to write down stuff as well. So like I said, 4:30 is kind of when we get home. Mom routine kicks in, unpacking bags, getting dinner ready, stuff like that. Once we have dinner and Tylee goes to sleep, I try to work just Tuesday and Thursday night being my Beachbody night. I try to Monday, Wednesday, Friday kind of be family night. So on those Tuesdays and Thursdays, I really try to schedule my posts if I hadn't already on Sunday. But I also have found with my business as well that sometimes the posts that I would consider like a fly by the seat of your pants post, like you literally just streamed it up and posted it, I feel like sometimes those posts do a little better because I kind of see I kind of look and see what's on Facebook, what I'm kind of seeing, what people are talking about and stuff. And then you can kind of tailor to, you know, what's going on your news feed based on, you know, your friends and stuff, because your friends are going to have different interests, or people that you're marketing to are going to have different interests. I also at night respond to challengers. I do my daily check-in, but then at night, if they've replied or something, I try to get back with them. Obviously, with owning a business comes sacrifices. I don't really watch TV. I've never really been a big TV person, but on the weekends, I'll try to only do a few episodes of Netflix. With Fuller House on, though, I kind of binged this weekend, so I watched that for a while. Or maybe you can just set a goal, say, okay, once all my business is done, I'm going to watch one episode, or, you know, kind of set those boundaries for yourself. Another thing I'm working on right now is no phone during family time. Just either put in other room or on, I even read today, on airplane mode will keep your stuff from coming in. So you have to set those boundaries so that whenever you are working the business, you are giving it your all. So I feel like that's a good idea as well. If it's in the other room, then you're completely focused on your family and everything else. I know it seems like a lot when you first start out, and it is. There's a lot to learn. You feel like there's not enough hours in the day, but just keep, just as much as you can each day. If it's only 30 minutes or an hour, if you have 2 to 3 hours, some days you're going to have more time and some days you're going to have less time. And I've kind of just have to accept that. I've had to accept that some days everything's going to roll smoothly. We're going to get home, Tyler's going to be happy. We're going to get dinner. Everybody's going to be in bed by a certain time. And then some days it's not going to happen. You have to just kind of roll with that and, kind of learn your management strategy. So if you're not an early morning person, that's okay. But I think everyone could benefit from, even if you're not going to get up and work out, if you're not a morning workout person, you could at least get up, 30 minutes before the kids, have some quiet time, read your professional development, and kind of just get started before everyone wakes up. Does anyone have any questions?
Y'all can unmute yourself too if you have something. And yeah, I totally agree about the morning, Kelsey. Before I was pregnant, starting last year, I got up every morning before, and that was when it was like, I felt like my life was in total order, like, because I just could get my brain going.
And before the morning, like you're more in the morning. Well, a lot of people say in the morning your brain doesn't know that you're exercising really, so you can kind of trick it and get it done. I know by the afternoon when I get home at 4:35, I've been standing up all day and stuff, teaching. My legs are pretty tired, and my workout, I was not giving as much to my workout as I was in the morning. Mm-hmm. So I found that my workouts were more effective in the morning just because my body was fresh. Hi, baby. What are you doing? So but like I said, if you're not a morning person, you can always, maybe try and you can set small goals. Say, okay, I'm going to get 10 minutes earlier, starting out. And then you can just kind of keep working your way up to, enough time for you to actually work out and stuff. And I don't wash my hair in the morning. So I don't know if anybody can. I know some people that have to, when they work out, they have to wash their hair. So that kind of cuts out some time for me too. I don't have to do that in the morning. But let's see.
Whenever you, I know this is probably a question for some working moms. So do you make enough meals like on Sunday to last you all week, or do you make more dinner?
So when Tylee was smaller and just eating, well, for me, I usually take leftovers, whatever we had the night before. And then so like salads, so I try to prep get all the lettuce cut up and stuff like that. At least all the veggies sliced and stuff, even if I'm going to cook in the afternoon, everything sliced up kind of ready to go. And then for Tylee, I usually try to cut the fruit up, stuff like that. Same thing I'm prepping for myself, but just because she's eating just at table food now. So we're good to go in that. I usually in the morning, though, with her, I cook her egg fresh in the morning. So that does take a few minutes to do that. But other than that, I try to get – and I pack all of our lunches the night before. So I'll pack them all up. So in the morning, I just have to make her egg and then put them in the car and we go.
Because a huge part of you having a good day is if you're staying on track with your nutrition, just because you'll feel better and have more energy. So I know that's a big thing. It's not easy to.
I kind of took my workouts have been wonderful since I had Tylee, but my nutrition has been up and down with breastfeeding. And since I stopped breastfeeding officially 2 weeks ago, I feel like I finally have control. I think my hormones are finally getting back into groove and stuff. And so the past 2 days, I have literally been 100% on point with my nutrition, and I feel like a totally different person. My mind is, more clear. I'm able to, I have more energy. I'm not like, oh my God, I'm starving. So I really feel like when all of that is in line, everything, works out. But yes, I do cook all her meals. So like I said, I don't, that does take time, but it's kind of one of those things you have to decide, what you want to spend your time on in the afternoons. And okay, so when I'm cooking dinner, I'm normally cooking and she's eating, and then hold on just a second. Tyler, get out, baby. Go with daddy. Sorry, I couldn't hear her over her laugh. Normally, whenever I'm cooking, I have her eating her dinner, and then I'm normally packing her lunch as I'm doing all that. So I just have to learn how to multitask. I just have learned how to.
Queen of multitasking, for sure.
Yeah, yes. But, and it's like crazy because I know we have timers on our like pages, and yet like I see your post all day long, and I'm always thinking like, how is she doing all this? And even as a coach, I forget. So that just shows you that the regular person has no idea, they don't know what you're doing or when those meals are from. Because I'm always thinking, dang, how is she cooking this? And
so I posted today a big breakfast, which I actually did cook that yesterday morning. I was severely under eating is my problem. I was under eating all day, and then by the afternoon I was just literally starving. So I'm trying to remind myself that less calories doesn't mean weight loss. So I'm shifting my mindset too, because I've been here helping my challengers all this time, and I made a post yesterday about this. I've given my all to workouts, but then my nutrition has definitely slacked. I wasn't eating enough. Obviously, then my body is storing it all as fat. So I made that huge breakfast. It did not take me, I had already chopped up the vegetables, and I literally threw the eggs in with it, sauteed it in coconut oil, and it took me like 3.5 minutes. So on mornings that I decide to have shake as an afternoon snack, I'll do that for breakfast. And that post only took me, a few minutes because I had already had the picture saved and things like that. But what was I going to say? It does take time, but Oh, another thing, if you are a teacher, I know some districts are very picky about people posting during the day. At this point in my business, I've just kind of decided that I don't really think they're going to have a big problem with it. If they did, I'm just going to try to explain that it is important to me, and that, and I'll explain the scheduler to them that I'm not sitting on my computer, during class. I have scheduled these posts before because I'm trying to reach these people that are, on Facebook during the day. But I know I have talked to other teachers that are like, I can't do it. My district is like the Facebook Nazi. They're going to see that I posted at 11:30 and they're going to, I'm going to get in trouble. Thankfully, I haven't encountered that problem yet. But if I did, I think I would be able, I don't foresee it as being a problem, but, I do get on Beachbody on my school computer, but I don't really, like I said, it's not like I'm doing anything bad. I'm not, I'm getting on my Coach Online Office most of the time. I do Facebook from my phone without the school Wi-Fi, just because there have been a few times I've gotten on Facebook school Wi-Fi just if I needed to watch a video or something, but most of the time I just try to check in with my people through my phone, just so that's not one thing they can say that you did. But yeah, just using your time. And I have a conference period right after lunch. So sometimes I'll spend my whole entire lunch working, which is about 40 minutes. And then I'll spend my conference period eating real quickly and then working on my school stuff. So
do you have any tips for being quick with posting? Like for me, sometimes I feel like it's 45 minutes and I'm still trying to get the wording.
I like to take pictures of, and I try not, I like to take pictures of other people's stuff and kind of look at ideas and see what other people are saying. Cause I am not wonderful with words. I'm not a writer by any means, and I feel like here lately, the shorter, more to the point post, sometimes we spend all this time writing out this wonderful post, but I feel like you have those occasional people that read it, but occasionally they want like a picture that catches their attention and like a one-liner, and like that's what gets them. Because literally I had someone there like, that meal is what got my attention. And I'm like, did you read any of the, the post? Oh no, I just saw the meal. And I'm like, you took, like you said, you spent 45 minutes on coming up with a post, and then really people, the first thing they see is the picture, and then they comment as soon as they see the picture. They don't really even look at the words sometimes, is what I feel like. So Instagram, I'm trying to move more to that because I do like pictures. And I feel like that's how Instagram gets people, because it's visually appealing. And then they'll read, once the picture catches their attention, then they'll read your post more. But I do feel like the picture is really what, I try to spend more time on the picture than on the wording more often here lately. And it seems to help. Like I said, I know when I see a long post, I know they're great, but for me to sit there and read the whole thing takes time. So I feel like
that's me too. And I know that they say like videos are huge, but I rarely watch videos. I don't know. I just don't want to sit there.
Like, quick like workout videos, or even
I
know Bridget did a fun one with Parker. Like a quick one of cooking, and that kind of people's attention and stuff. So that, but I feel like if it's longer than maybe like 30 seconds, people are really not gonna, watch it. Yeah. Unless, and the ones that are watching it are probably Beachbody coaches already, and not really the people.
Well, yeah, I was making my videos kind of like around 40 to 50 seconds, and the Flynn sisters were saying they should be like 15 seconds or less. And my mindset was I want to show a couple of moves, but really to the audience, they know I'm working out because they see that one clip. So there's no need to show them several highlights.
And the reason why she probably said 15 seconds is what Instagram is the limit on.
Oh.
And I know they're big on Instagram. So Instagram, it's 15 seconds or less for a video. So that's kind of what I've decided. I'm trying to cross post. I'm trying to post whatever I post on my Instagram to my like page or to just my personal page. And so I think that's probably what they're doing. I
think sometimes maybe a good post if you're going to explain something actually good. But if you're just rambling on, then people probably aren't going to read it.
Probably like your call to action post, like you're inviting them to a challenge group, or even that I found, quick little, even if you just do a blurb about this is what we've been doing in the group, I'm so proud of these people. If you'd like to join us, send me a message. I feel like that's even quicker than, and then another thing, as far as time goes, following up, I feel like if you keep yourself more organized, if you try to keep and I think it's Jamie. I think Jamie created that really good Google spreadsheet. And I need to we do Google Drive at school with everything. I need to sit down one day and get it all in Google. But if you sit down and have some type of document that you have with everyone that you're talking to, and you can just go in there and click talk to them today, talk to them again in a month. So you're I feel like organizing and time management kind of go hand in hand. If you're unorganized, it's going to take you twice as long to get everything done as if you're organized.
Right.
So small task as I'm following up, if you're not organized, could take you hours to figure out, okay, I need to go to my messages. I sent this person a message. Okay, I got to get them back. But like I said, today I went through my Facebook messages and just wrote down names of everyone that I had been talking to. So I'll know, quickly just who to follow up with. So that's been another, way of cutting out some time from everything.
That's one thing I started. I'm not as organized with the Google Drive, but I do have like a spiral, and I label them and I write the names down with new people, and then I kind of make a little note beside it. And it does take me a few minutes to kind of go back through the pages, but at least it's like all in one spot, because I was just scrolling my messages. Like every time I was like, oh, I need to follow up, I would scroll through, and then I'm like, and then you leave out people because you're scrolling so fast, or you just miss people. And that has helped me stay focused and like just seeing those names only.
My calendar has an extra page for each month, and so I flag it so I can get to it quick.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll put potential people, new coaches, this challenge group with the date, and then like with my new coaches, if I need to add them into this group or announce them or whatever, like I write little notes, and that is golden for me because I would, if you forget to put someone in a certain group, that's not good. So
yeah,
especially if you're gonna start. I know a lot of us are trying to move to Instagram. So if you're working your Instagram, if you're checking your page, checking your message on your personal page as well as your like page, it can get very time consuming. So like you said, if you have all your people in one area, Instagram, I've played around with it a little bit. I've been on Instagram for a long time. I just haven't taken it, really with my business yet. But like I said, my like page, I get some messages on there, and then I get some messages from you guys who you're messaging on which page and stuff. So that can get a little, time consuming. But if you have it all in one area, it makes it a little bit easier to follow up. And I do try to add everyone, like if someone messages me on my like page, I try to add them and then start messaging them on my personal page, because I feel like that way I can track it easier. Sometimes I feel like on the like page, it doesn't pop up that I have a message or something. I'm not notified as easily. And so then it takes a little more time to scroll through those.
Yeah. I do not like the messenger on the like page. They don't show up all the time. You have to keep refreshing. I don't know. Yeah, I try to do that too. I try to get everybody over to the regular, but yeah.
I do like the feature now. I'm sure y'all have seen it, like where when someone comments on your like page, it says reply or message.
Yes.
I do like that because I feel like a lot of times when you go to add them as a personal friend and then message them, they sometimes don't find your friend request or something, and then you can't message them. So at least that way you can message them, because before that you couldn't message them unless they messaged you. So that has opened up, a little bit. And I've had a little bit of success messaging people from that way, but it's at least, helped a little bit.
Yeah.
Does anyone else have any questions other than us just rambling? If you do, you can unmute yourself or wave and we can unmute you. Is there anything I want to talk about other than this?
Obviously I have newborn twins, so my time management is like awful. But like, do you like set aside a time to like do housework? Because I feel like I like either.
You should see my house.
We don't do that, Casey. We boycott housework.
So I was actually watching a video today of a full-time teacher and mom, and she was like, y'all don't even want to see my house. She's like, it's a mess. She's like, I'm just going to tell you now, that's one thing I threw out the door. She's like, she said, a clean house is not. So she did say, if a clean house is important to you, which isn't important to me, I have to have my kitchen like spotless before I can go to sleep at night. Yes, I'm OCD about that. But she said if you could set like a schedule, say Monday I'm going to clean this, Tuesday I'm going to clean this, Wednesday, clean this. So it's not like on one day on Saturday, you're like, oh my gosh, I have all this to do. So maybe if you try to break it up smaller, obviously with twins, you are very busy, and know that you will get less busy as they, I don't know about that. Less busy as they get older. I don't know if you can say that or not, because I feel like I'm still just as busy, but I would try to think of, try to figure out things that have to be done and that don't have to be done. Like the living room is literally a playroom. There's no way it's going to stay clean. So it's going to be just a playroom now. It's not a living room. We don't own it. She owns it now. So I'm just kind of, like I said, my OCD had to just go, my kitchen still has to be clean. That's my area. But my living room is just one thing I don't try to tackle, because I would be picking up toys for 2 hours. And then here comes the morning and here she is getting it all back out again. So small things like that don't really matter.
Yeah, I had to just let stuff go. I mean, at the beginning I was trying to do it all and I was crazy and just, so now it's just like, yeah, what's most important? Like sometimes it's like we don't have a towel left. So what's most important is that I have to stop and go do a load of towels. But then it just, yeah. I mean, I'm here all day and I do not have time to have my house files. It's like, why? I don't know.
Nazi about my bed being made every morning. I'm like, whatever. If the bed
I am a Nazi about that. I cannot function without my bed made. It makes me crazy. But I mean, yeah, it's like those little things that you just have to figure out what bothers you.
When Jared and I got together, I used to be like a neat freak, and now since Finn Beachbody, my house, like, it's a maze to get through, and he's been cleaning, like, it bothers him. How messy our house is. And I'm like, look, I either can clean or grow my business. You decide. I mean,
like, you take on the cleaning chore.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Like, I don't know.
You have twins. You're screwed. There's, I mean,
so screwed. Like, no.
Your house is just gonna be messy for a couple years. It's okay.
Yeah.
A lot of years. A lot of years.
People, like, coming over, and I'm just like,
yeah.
Casey, it gets a little bit better when you don't have to have 2 swings and all of that
everywhere.
You can put that.
Like, as soon as the girls would not use something, it was on Craigslist, because I could not stand having the swings and the walkers and the everything.
Yeah, the big things that take up so much room. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that is a good point. I like that, Kelsey. Like, you know, having like days that you do certain things. I'm not that organized, but I'll just think, okay, I want the windows cleaned. I need the toilets cleaned. Like, I'll just do certain things, one little thing a day, and it really does kind of add up.
I know those cute little things on Pinterest I have pinned actually for time management. It says, like, you know, Monday, you know, it kind of breaks it down for you. So if that's something you want to look into, but I know it's, you know, like Monday you'll clean the bathrooms and then do a load of laundry. Tuesday, you know, deep clean this part or something. But I really don't
have something she followed. Anna, do you still follow that? I know you're like,
following anything lately.
Well, okay, but I mean, you used to have
I do right now. She's not cleaning.
No, actually, I did. I cleaned today and yesterday. My house isn't too bad right now, but yeah, I have something taped up on the side of my fridge. Some weeks it means nothing. You know.
Yeah. I have something on my fridge like Mondays wash the sheets, Tuesdays bathrooms, blah 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 blah. But I don't know. I should just give up.
Well, you know, like, you have to think about, is anybody going to come over and judge you because your house, I mean, if they have children or have been around children, they know that your life is crazy and busy, and that, you know,
my mom said
that food on the table and you're healthy and happy. That's all that matters.
My mom came over and she said my house gave her hives.
Yeah.
She's severely OCD though. Severely.
Yeah.
She's like, I flipping shit.
When my mother-in-law comes over, she cleans.
Let her, dude.
Invite her over more.
I'm like, oh, well, the dishes go over there. I don't know.
Are there any other questions?
Anything else, guys? And we can get off. It'll be early.
Kelsey, thank you so much for hosting.
Thank you.
It's stressful to talk, but it's so good for you because it just, every time you talk, you're going to
I
get
can talk all day in front of kids. I mean, that's all I do all day. But then I'm like, when I have to get in front of people my age, it's a little different.
Yeah.
No, you did really good. Thank you for your tips.
Thanks, y'all.
Okay, thank y'all for getting